Welcome, everyone, to episode 49 of Crucible Radio. You ready, boys?
Woo! I'm ready.
I'm so ready.
Birds, what was that?
What the?
No, I'm guys, let's go. I'm hyped. Let's do Crucible Radio.
You do not sound ready. Go fix whatever it is you're doing
sick?
right now.
Oh, this is as good as it's gonna get. Let's just do the show. Yeah, well, I'm here, aren't I? That's gotta count for something.
What is happening right now? Why do you sound like that?
All right, well, as I am wont to do, I'm traveling for work, and I was not very prepared this time, so no mobile recording rig.
Did your work send you to a tunnel?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm using the satellite uplink right now. They're trying to break down the door, but I think I can get an episode out before then.
Oh.
3 more episodes in this game of chicken where one of us can miss an episode can end.
No. Never.
Didn't I miss an episode around Christmas?
Did you? I don't think you did. I think
When I was sick.
You know what we did? That's when we had our 2-part John and Sage episode.
You're right. Okay, so I did appear on that episode.
Yep.
It was just recorded
Boom.
in much
We
different
recorded
times.
a slightly longer episode, and then we stretched it out into 2 weeks. Because that's what the holidays are all about.
Yeah. It's like making a slightly larger meal at Thanksgiving and stretching it out for 2 weeks.
That doesn't sound safe.
What's been going on?
We've been busy vooping.
Voop.
I've been vooping up a storm.
Oh, that Voop life.
Voop Nation.
Yeah. We might as well talk about some Destiny that we play. We did some trials on Monday, and it was amazing.
Yes, that was quite the fun run. So as many listeners know, last week we talked to the Battle Bros all about fusion rifles. It was so in-depth.
I'm obsessed.
Probably the most in-depth conversation anyone's ever had about fusion rifles. And of course, we needed to go play it. They're all the rage right now. I mean, it's a gun type that had been sitting in the vault for a long time. So even if they're not hyper competitive, people are enjoying using them, and so are we. So we decided to bring our friend Keen Koala along for the ride on a little trials run on Bannerfall, and all 3 of us used fusion rifles, each with a different archetype, which I thought was pretty cool.
We kind of covered all of the ranges when it comes to fusion rifles. We kind of had Keen with his Vortex, with the up close slide. He has knee pads on his, so he's just sliding and charging while he's sliding. I was using the Vacancy, and Bones, what were you using?
I decided for whatever reason to bust out the Hitchhiker FR4. Now that is the vendor fusion rifle from Dead Orbit. And as of course we all sort of realized when the April update dropped that everything has a great roll. This one was no exception, but it is that max impact, low charge rate fusion.
On a Voop scale, it's Voop.
The longest Voop.
Extended Voop. So I back when I dumped every last strange coin I had into Dead Orbit, I've got like 4 hitchhikers in my vault, and I tried, man. I do not know how to deal with the charge time that long. How'd you do it? You took it in trials. What's the strategy? How do you make that work?
Well, you know what? It's interesting because I've used it all week, and I really found that I played the best with it in trials, and that could just be the pacing of that game. But I really felt like I just had to learn to predict. And of course, that's a really tough thing to do. It's obvious to say, tough to execute. But I found myself hitting at ranges that no other fusion rifle can hit at, just because you need only 4 bolts to kill. And I let people come to me. I was very, I paced myself really well. When I played trials with Keen, he's so fast on his Titan, and I was using my Titan knowing that I would be needing to keep up with him, but he would go up in their face with the short charge, and I would be right there behind him to get at that range. But I just found that it's so sticky and it hits like a truck that it became less about like, precise aim down sights and more about like, let someone walk into where I'm about to shoot. And, the first one of the first kills I got with it, round 1 of game 1, this hunter was jumping up in the air. He's at the top of his arc. I start charging as he falls, and he lands in it from like doorway to back of B. And it was just like, whoa, okay. That was nuts. And I think even Keen saw it on his kill screen of just like, that range.
Yeah.
So I just found like, it took a while, but I played slow. I was careful, and I ended up with a ton of insane shots. And if you just put it on their face, You can even get kills in the air. I mean, it's just such a truck. I really liked it.
Yeah, we had a pretty good time. There's a lot of kills in there that were, well, for playing 3 Titans and being hyper aggressive. I think we were just playing the confusion route, because if you're getting charged by a bunch of Titans, you're expecting, oh, they're going to run shotguns the whole time. They're going to get in our face. They're going to, shotgun long range like Mida or something like that. But we're playing with fusion rifles and we're running straight at them on Bannerfall. It was kind of a bit of a, confusion play.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. We forced every team to engage us at ranges that aren't commonly familiar.
I think I best described it earlier on an earlier podcast, where I think that's why you're so well with the Hitchhiker, is because it's at the ranges that you are trying to get your short snipes with.
Yeah.
So like you're hitting something that you would definitely get with like a quick scope short range snipe, but without the the hassle of having to aim down a scope or whatnot.
Yeah, and if I'm charging this in full exposure, standing in the middle of the map, and they see me, they could probably take me down with some carefully placed primary shots. And Mida, was giving me some trouble, but if I'm charging it before I come around corners, there's no amount of damage besides a perfect headshot that they could do to stop me at that range. So we had Keen flying up in their face from 5 feet away, Swain right behind him with the vacancy, and me just waiting for one of them to mess up or try to run away. I mean, Keen was just like making waves and they were bouncing away from him for me to clean up. I did notice that, we played doubles this week, which I'm so glad it's back, by the way, but the different pacing of doubles, having 2 people in your face at one time. Yeah, my Hitchhiker was not as strong. I switched to the vacancy and I noticed that the speed helped me out a lot. But in trials, just knowing people's positioning so well on that map after playing it so many times, it became really natural to use the Hitchhiker. I'm not going to say that it's the best. I'll recommend vacancy to a new fusion rifle user any day of the week, but I really have to take back my original opinion on Hitchhiker was there's just no benefit to it, and I can see the benefit to it now.
There's something there that you mentioned that granted it's been a while, but I did get a bit of a chance to play after the last week's recording where we talked to the Battle Bros, and just sort of in regular Crucible, I sort of gave myself a challenge to say, all right, try this fusion rifle thing, turn off your accelerated coils, embrace the slow charge time, and really tried to get myself into situations where I'm on somebody's radar, they're on my radar, get myself set up, and just the experiment of saying, you come around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm here, you come around the corner. And just something they mentioned last week, like in that situation where you've really constructed it, you're not in slide shotgun range, you're just outside of that, and you're forcing them to do it. If you can get your aim just even basically in place and sort of judge that charge time, that is a really tough situation, but it goes against all the instincts of being an aggressive shotgunner or sniper for that matter.
For sure.
I feel like people really need to keep in mind where they're moving while they shoot too, because I found myself just taking slow walking steps backwards as my Hitchhiker charged. So if someone wanted to press me, they were just always a foot out of the way. So I would let Titans try to shoulder charge me, try to shotgun with Jug, and I would still put them down because I'm constantly moving backwards, constantly making more space for me and giving my fusion rifle more time to charge while they played aggressively, and I just kept them out of range the entire time. I think we lost 8 rounds that entire run. Is that right, Swain?
Sounds about right.
It was going pretty well. Well, I know Swain is sitting here itching to talk about the fusion rifle that he likes now.
So what happened after that?
Let's hear it, Swain.
I was going to add to your comment there and say that most of the time lately when someone's running at me with the shotgun, I know that they're going to slide towards me. Mm-hmm. So I'm pointing at my fusion rifle completely at the ground and watching as like the bolts spread up as they're sliding towards me. And every once in a while I'll come away with like that very tiny sliver of health. Mm-hmm. But I am jonesing to talk about what we did after trials on Monday. We decided, like, a bunch of people are in chat, the Battle Bros were there. Was it Contacts was there too?
Yep.
A couple other people. We were let's go into the Vault of Glass and go after the rarest gun in Destiny, the Praetorian Foil, which, if you don't know, is the Vault of Glass fusion rifle. And so we waltzed into the Vault of Glass, and I got one. It is amazing.
Talk about the perks, because this is the most ridiculous part.
Yeah, the perk set on this gun is kind of ridiculous.
A little bit.
It's just a little bit. So it's very, very unique in the fact that it's the only fusion rifle that has glass half full, which means that the bottom half of each magazine causes additional damage. And it also, in the 3-part column, it has perfect balance, accelerated coils, and send it.
Yeah. Was there ever a more perfect third column than those 3 right there on a fusion rifle?
No. And then it follows up all of that with reactive reload. So reloading the weapon after a kill grants a damage bonus for a short while.
Oh, good. So it's, in addition to having bonus damage on the bottom half of the magazine, you also get it on the top of the magazine as well.
Exactly.
Great.
So
perfect.
I've been getting some of the most ridiculous kills with this gun because, either I just had reloaded the gun or I'm nearing the end of the magazine because I've been using it so much. But if you can get both to proc, the glass half full and the reactive reload, I think it's like 70 something per bolt. So you only really need to hit 3. And because it has such a ridiculous range on it, you can hit them from forever away. So it's like a hitchhiker with its range, and you can make it like a vacancy if you use the accelerated coils, or you can swap it back, to the hitchhiker type of charge rate and have send it, which gives you more accuracy and more range.
So of those 3, and I know you got it, you're still playing with it, which of those 3 perks are you liking the most?
I'm finding that I really like accelerated coils because I do like the charge time of the vacancy. And that might just be a product of what I've been using lately. Having used the vacancy so much, I'm used to the charge time a little bit more. So being able to get the kills in the same time, but from further distances, and to have the ability to do more damage, it's just better. The only thing you miss out on is like the hop swap that the vacancy has. Doesn't like your primary game is a lot better because of it. But it's an amazing gun, and I am having so much fun with it. I was playing with it in doubles when we were doing a run the other day, Bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been having a great time. It's if you can get lucky, it's a great gun to have.
Good advice right there. Get lucky.
Yeah.
Swain was making fun of my Overwatch RNG because I got dope skins in the beta. I think you used all your RNG for the year of 2016.
Yeah, there's not like a 1% chance of getting this gun.
Yeah, so let's give some really good advice on why you want this gun so no one will get it and just make angry comments at us.
Yeah, just everybody's going to be mad. I've been in the Vault of Glass for 6 days. That's enough fusion rifles. We talked a bunch about them last week. So
Shut
get out
up
there,
about them.
get to the Vault of Glass, play some Vault of Glass. Maybe get yourself that fusion rifle. Anyway, we've got a TWAB to talk about, guys.
We do. I'm a little bit out of the loop when it comes to the Vault of Glass, but I got caught up on this one. This is interesting. They no trials, no banner till further notice, huh?
R.I.P.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was looking forward to Iron Banner being possible next week, but I'm gonna have to forego it because some tricksters are in the Crucible causing a ruckus.
Some cheeky bastards.
Caused a ruckus.
I don't think we want to give the details of it because we don't want more people using it.
Have you guys actually seen it in the wild yet?
No.
Nobody's been nailed with a rocket in the first 30 seconds of a Crucible match?
I have not, and I feel like if someone wants to spend like many minutes of a game doing that, and then I just snipe them and they lose all their heavy ammo, I don't know. It sounds funny. I can see why it wouldn't be great for trials, because to think about losing a game on a ticket because someone used a glitch to get a rocket in round 2 or something like that is certainly a terrible thought. And
it's not like the quiver glitch that happened on the Night Stalkers before, whereas that one was kind of easy to execute.
Yes, it was.
This one's a little bit, more involved.
yeah.
So
I do have to roll my eyes at anyone sitting there like, oh, yes, I'll finally win some Crucible. Screw you, SBMM.
I actually had a moment last week where I flew into a Crucible match, and as soon as I spawned, somebody hit me with the rocket. Turns out the match was already in progress. Did not realize that at first. Got really angry for about 10 seconds. False alarm, though, guys. I don't think it was an exploit.
Oh, here's a little pro tip that I don't think the general population knows as well as it needs to. So you can stop getting upset about it on the internet, because if you get killed by a super at the beginning of a game, you actually get your supercharged when you level up. So, not light level, but going from 39 to 40, it charges your super wherever you are in the game, PvP or PvE. So we've seen people use a Fist of Havoc in like the first 10 seconds on the B flag, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But that's not a glitch.
I was playing with Fallout this week because he got a new PlayStation, and he was leveling up, and I think he leveled up twice in one Crucible match because he had bounties and all that. So he was using the Nova Bomb liberally in this match, and I could see how someone would get frustrated because
Just enjoy it. Look, we all get our 5 motes. We don't even think twice about it. Some fresh-faced young kid comes in and gets an extra super because he's still leveling up, or I don't know, not Fallout. Fallout's an old
fresh-faced Fallout.
No, a wrinkly-faced old geriatric. But he's leveling up a new character. Cut him a slack. Let him have a Nova Bomb. It's funny. Very funny.
It's a joke, okay?
No, new. I wonder if they're going to cancel Trials the week after, because the new hack is that you start a new character and then save up a bunch of bounties so you can start it off with a super.
Yeah.
You heard it
well,
here
whatever
first.
the reason, it does seem like it's a little bit more complicated than the quiver. I mean, I don't think it's something where you just turn it off. Why don't you just press the big red button on your desk that says no clown cartridge? It seems like it works in compound with another perk, which sounds confusing. So, you know what? They've done this before, and it was the right call. It's just, I get it. It's a bummer. I wanted to play more video games this weekend, but I don't want to deal with the nonsense of someone feeling like they need to use that glitch to win.
People need to understand that it's not always up to Bungie to be able to send out a patch like this.
Sure.
Hotfixes can be done by Bungie, something that can be done quick and easy. Not eliminate something, but change the code, tweak something here, tweak something there as far as matchmaking is concerned. A bigger patch like they did with Shop Package or with the Quiver glitch and something like this will probably have to go through Xbox or PlayStation before it gets approved.
Yep.
Because you're going to have to download something. And so being able to take care of it right now when they realize that they have something going wrong just isn't feasible.
Yep.
Because of, the legalities of certain things and have to jump through hoops. So don't get upset.
You know what,
It'll
Swain?
get taken care of.
You know what, Swain? You're just being a huge Bungie apologist right now, okay?
Yeah,
That's all you are.
How much is Bungie paying you to say that? No.
Yeah, enjoy playing Destiny for a living and not working because you...
I've had pancakes with John Wisniewski before, but that he paid for himself. I paid for myself too.
Someone asked me on Reddit how many sleepovers John has invited me to, and I said 0.
Birds paid. I'm a birds apologist.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at him. His mic quality is great this week.
Yep. Thank you, Swain. The check is in the mail. The pancake is in the mail. Yeah. No, I'm going to miss the opportunity for apparently just the sheer high light level loot grind that Iron Banner has become. But yeah, I'm okay with this call.
I just want an Iron Banner to come around for 3 chances at a Ash Raven, but
Yeah,
You guys like fusion rifles, huh?
a little bit.
kind of do. It's true.
And pancakes. You can send them to my P.O. box.
Yep. Full of rotten pancakes.
And you can send pictures of enchiladas to crucibleradio@gmail.com.
Oh dear.
It worked last time.
We have a folder to categorize emails, one of them being enchiladas. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I was thinking about splitting that out into enchiladas and an enchiladas exclamation point.
Or enchiladas red, enchiladas green.
Yep.
Hot dogs and sandwiches.
No, that's
Whoa,
just
whoa,
all
whoa,
sandwiches tag.
Disagree.
Dang.
You would. Well,
So we've got bad news,
yeah.
but we might have some good news, even though we don't quite know what it means.
Yeah, I can say that good or bad, it's probably a little hectic at Bungie right now. They're plugging some holes.
I do not envy Cosmo and Deej's jobs right now.
Although part of me wonders if this next thing maybe it happened on purpose. Maybe this is them cranking up the hype machine.
Can I just like fanboy for a second here?
Yeah.
This thing is amazing.
It's,
Destiny doggos. Destiny doggos.
The fucking he's got a hammer, a gigantic flaming hammer, dual wielded in
Okay.
front of a bunch of snow.
So for people who are out of the loop, completely unlike myself as of an hour ago, what are we talking about right now?
Okay, so
Paint me a word picture, Bones.
a word picture.
Yeah.
Give me that word picture.
So, up in the corner, it starts off like a dark blue, and then we fade into some grays, some vertical lines, very strong vertical lines, sort of reminiscent of the Cosmodrome. It looks like there's white flecks. Ooh, yeah, it kind of seems like snow. And then as we move towards the center of this image, we see some text. There's a D, an E, an S, or T. How about I just speed this up a little bit? We've got a friggin' poster called Rise of Iron with an Iron Lord standing on a rock with doggos next to him. Apparently, he just put a hole in the wall in the Cosmodrome or something like
He
that.
just bashed his way through the Cosmodrome right there, and he's got dogs to help him.
It probably seems more likely that he's defending a hole in the wall instead of punching them through with the help of his doggo friends.
You don't think he did like a Kool-Aid Man move or something like that?
What's going on the other side of the wall?
But let's paint the picture a little bit more. There was a Reddit thread today where someone just popped out of nowhere and said, "Hey, look at this thing my friend sent me at Bungie," and everybody was like, "You got to be shitting me!" And
Way to
then
go, dude.
They cropped it and made it so that it was just the picture, and so that his friend would not get in trouble. But needless to say, Kotaku got the original photo, and his friend is probably in trouble. But it looks legit.
Cool for us.
And confirmed by two official sources, or two sources familiar with Bungie. Confirmed. Well, who knows, right? This is all like Kotaku video game journalism. But it looks pretty good to me. If it's a fake, somebody put a lot of effort into this. This thing is gorgeous.
Confirmed by the two homeless guys out front of Bungie.
Yep.
They're close to Bungie.
John Wisniewski, you got any change updates? Any change logs? Spare some change? No? Okay, whatever. There's a bit there. You
Can
figure
you
it out.
spare some change for us guys down at the docks?
Yeah, okay. A limited palette. Let's move on. I regret it.
Anyway, we're looking forward to E3. E3 is about, 2.5 weeks away from now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that they're going to probably go over this. Maybe get to Destiny 2. We'll hear a little bit more. I'm just excited. I'm very, very hyped.
Well, according to Kotaku, it looks like their next expansion will be called Rise of Iron, and we're looking at a decent chunk of size here, bigger than the year one DLCs. Who knows if it would even match up to Taken King. That would be truly incredible. But I mean, we clearly have an Iron Lord here. A lot of people are just confirming that this is Saladin, but I'm looking at it and it looks so elaborate, and it feels like the armor is slightly different. Maybe we need to hook up with the Destiny Ghost Stories guys.
I was just gonna say they're gonna be able to piece this together. Is this the battle of the six fronts with the
six
walls?
fronts?
Yeah, I mean
Twilight.
Or is Jolder showing up?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Is that his Jolder's hammer? Or flaming battle axe, but still hammer kind of thing? God, if they released that as a melee weapon.
If they released that Titan cape.
I see this I'm not okay with. That's my thing. Mine, not for Titans.
Birds, I'm going to fly to you in July and fight you for that cape.
That is all I want to hear. That's it.
Lots of speculation. We got to hook up with the Destiny Ghost Stories guys and see what they think. But exciting nonetheless. Hopefully some PvP stuff in there since the Iron Lords created Iron Banner. So
let's do some research.
You know, it would be cool if we could do if we could have a DLC that was like flashback DLC. Like somehow we get to keep all of our gear and all of our cool year 2 stuff, but go back to like year -500 or something and play some story missions in a raid there.
Bungie already did, like they got their loophole in there. Put the Vex into the game. You can go back in time. You can go forward in time.
I don't know. That's next level.
I mean, Vex are just wonderful plot device there. I think the only thing we know for sure looking at this is
their doggos are cute.
Yeah, that we're gonna have doggos in the tower.
Destiny doggos.
Just wild. Oh,
well, here's why we are talking about this a little bit on Crucible Radio too. One, because we're super freaking excited for the future of this game, and hey, any news is good news. But two, Iron has always been associated with the Crucible. Pretty fairly obviously with Iron Banner. And if this is Saladin or if this is another Lord of Iron, that has PvP implications. And, here he is in a setting in the wild, so I imagine our story will be progressed. But Destiny does tie its PvP and PvE worlds together very tightly. I'm sitting here looking at this, hoping that somehow, in some way, this marks a change for the PvP landscape. Who knows? I don't know. If Saladin becomes more important, if he has some plot devices, I'd love that. I've said that the relationship between Shaxx, Zavala, and Saladin is so interesting and so cool. I don't know. This could have something to do with PvP, and that's what I'm very eager to hear about.
Yeah, there's maybe a new game mode where you have to defend doggos, defend the point. There's a bunch of dogs on the point.
I want my super to just be whistle for doggo to show up. He just hangs out. It doesn't give me kills. I'll use my super energy for that.
I feel like speculating about what a game might be on a podcast is sort of like telling someone else about your dreams. It's interesting for you, but it's generally not interesting for them. But I will describe a fantasy of what I would like to see. I would love to see a PvE mission where we conquer a new territory and then play that territory in a PvP map. That would be if it's the story of PvE for the sake of PvP, connecting one to the other.
I want my guardian to become a red jack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like Skyrim, where you can choose your path and become the boss of the Thieves Guild or what have you.
Or just a simple baker out in the forest, baking bread for yourself day after day. Just getting by.
Making a stone kiln in the Cosmodrome.
Yep. Somebody's got to do it.
Offering bread to the wild doggos.
Well, we hopefully will have an answer to what the hell this is a couple weeks from now. So when that rolls around, we'll have more. Hopefully we'll talk about some new PvP modes. We'll talk about whatever they have to give us. But we've got some Crucible Radio related things to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
We're approaching a year of Crucible Radio
52
episodes.
Weeks. This is a big deal, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait to get emotional on that day, but this is big.
We're about to hit, episode 50. Some of you might be like, what are you guys doing for episode 50? Yeah, we'll have something. But episode 52 kind of means a little bit more to us.
Yeah, I mean, that's a year. We have not missed a Monday. Even if we don't know yet, but even if I wasn't on that one episode, technically, over Christmas, we have put out an episode every Monday since June 16th, I want to say. Either way, right around then. And that's pretty crazy.
And even so, like, we've been kind of talking, the three of us, for a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah. On one hand, it seems like I've known you guys forever, and we've been churning this show out week after week forever. And at the same time, it's just flowing by. I can't believe we're here, and we've done so much in the world of Destiny in such a short amount of time. Anyways, 52 comes around. We're gonna have some real exciting stuff that for the most part we're not quite ready to talk about yet, except for one thing. We got a bit of an announcement to make.
Yeah, so along with a few other things around our 1-year anniversary, we will be having some apparel. What? Yes, that's true. We're going to have some Crucible Radio t-shirts, but we wanted to do something a little special with that. We have a few ideas of our own, but we wanted to get some listeners involved. So what we are going to do, starting the day this episode comes out and running for a couple weeks as we get to 52, we are having a t-shirt designing contest. We want listeners to submit graphics and designs to us on Twitter, to email, hit us up on the internet.
As complex, as simple, as, inside jokey, as, crazy as you want.
Yeah, you want it to just be a clean graphic of Crucible Radio with a sword or something like that. We were thinking like it'd be so sick if someone made like a metal t-shirt design somehow. If you want to make a picture of a hot dog on an enchilada.
We'll know what you mean. That's about as Crucible Radio as it gets. My request, if somebody could make a t-shirt that just says Crucible Radio, it's a black t-shirt, and it's just written in cursive and it looks like the cover of a Daft Punk album, I will love you so much. You climb to the top of the contest with that move right there.
If you could make a Crucible Radio shirt that features Dat Boy and a doggo, I will just maybe keep that one for myself and make it a t-shirt.
Exactly one of those. But we are going to pick our favorite designs. And as part of our Crucible Radio year 1 and year 2 begin celebration, we are going to be making these available for you to purchase, to wear, and to show the world how much you love this show that if you don't play Destiny, you've never heard of, but I know you guys like it.
Yeah, you might run into someone on the street and be like, hey, look at you. You listen to the same podcast that I do.
Yeah, maybe you've met my dad before and he said, hey, do you know my son? No? Well, he does this radio show about a video game. You should check it out. And they're like, cool. I don't own a PS4. It doesn't matter. Listen to it. Thanks, Dad.
Close enough. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dad. Now, a bit of a technical detail for you graphic designers out there. However you send it, you can send it to crucibleradio@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter and we can go from there. For your submissions, we're looking for an image submission. It can be high resolution, rasterized image. We always prefer vectorized images. They scale up real nicely. Show us what you got. If you can imagine on a t-shirt, we can make it work. But I kind of suspect we're going to have a tough time narrowing down to just a couple of our favorites.
Yeah. And like I said, we have some our own ideas, and there's going to be some cool choices along with a few other cool things in the future. And I'm really looking forward to this because I need some swag to rock at Destiny Con when we roll up the Crucible Radio boys to meet some fun friends, some fun fans, other community members. We're really looking forward to that, and it'll be sweet to represent CR.
Yeah, and obviously, if we use your design, we're going to send you a free t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And you will live on in the infamy of Crucible Radio lore for all time, but also a free t-shirt.
Do we have like Crucible Radio canon now that it's been sort of a year?
The Crucible Radio Wiki.
I kind of want a Crucible Radio t-shirt cannon. Maybe that'll be for your free celebration.
Okay, all right.
Destiny Con t-shirt cannon.
We've only got 2 t-shirts to shoot, but we are going to shoot them far.
Gathalion, am I allowed to shoot t-shirts at someone with a t-shirt, Ken, get back to me. Let me know.
What happens if I do and I don't tell anyone that I'm going to?
The clown cartridge t-shirt cannon.
Yep. Unlimited t-shirt glitch.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what people come up with. I'm super excited. If you have an idea, but you know someone who can design it, do that. Either way, it's going to be really cool. So submit something if you got it. We really would really look forward to that. And we're looking forward to hooking you guys up with some swag.
And there's more to come.
Ooh.
Stay tuned.
Dude, there is so much more to come at this show because we got a long future of Destiny ahead of us. And we made it a year. No one died. So we can keep going until we die.
Yep. That's a kind of grim way to look at it. But there you go. That's the contract we signed.
No. We are young. We're full of energy. We've got a lifetime in front of us of Destiny, and it's been a pretty awesome year so far. So I'm looking forward to more episodes. All right, I said I wasn't going to get emotional until 52.
Yeah, tone it down. This is 49.
I will cry on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, you don't cry in 49. Cry in 50, even 51, not 49.
52 is just going to be us crying for an hour.
That sounds right. I want to bring on a bunch of past guests and force them all to cry as well.
Hey, welcome back, Texas Prod. Any traumatizing memories from childhood you might want to talk about?
Oh, I think we've got a plan. All right, guys. I think that's enough to end on. In 24 hours, I will be able to reach out and touch a PS4 again soon. And I will see you in there.
Hey, enjoy doubles while there's no trials. I'm having a lot of fun in that playlist. I really like it. It's a good time to practice on your 1v1s without the distraction of someone shooting you from the side. It really is a good time to improve.
Zone control's out. Practice your objectives.
Or try and set a record in a game mode where kills don't count.
That's what I've been doing. Praetorian Foil.
All right, shut up about that gun.
All right. You guys know the drill. Twitter.com/Crucible Radio. Facebook.com/Crucible Radio.
Send us those shirt ideas.
We'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
Bye. More music this week from Snow Burial. Check them out. That's snowburial.bandcamp.com. If you're an artist, a musician, maybe you're a graphic designer who wants to send your t-shirt contest submission to us, send us an email. It's crucibleradio@gmail.com.